Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SLA video. Folks, I want to talk a little bit about something that some folks wanted me to elaborate on. The last video I made, there's some people who are like, Payne, can you elaborate more on your thoughts on the state of the game? So I want to go over this. I want to go over this situation that's happening, pretty much the state of gacha in general, and how games are pretty much out of stale, including SLA, and why. I want to go over the why. The why is important. A lot of people wanted me to elaborate on the why because people know that the content creators, specifically the bigger ones, kind of the voices are heard, and I want you guys specifically in this one, guys. This is important, all right? To leave a comment, especially in terms of whether you agree with the video, and also just give me a little bit of feedback in terms of what you think the game can do to be better overall. Because right now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of people who are either really bored of the game or are brand new and are enjoying the game, and there are some that are just in the middle, just doing dailies, right? And the game itself really isn't growing as much as it should, kind of keeping up with the bigger games that came out around the same time. So we're talking about Wuthering Waves and all these other games, ZZZ, etc. Those games are flourishing still and doing well. And so what is SLA doing that's a little bit sad in regards to not growing in its own capacity, and also the fact that how could they can improve? And I want to talk about more the how can they improve part of it, because I think that's what matters. So first off, I want to say this quickly. SLA is not dying. I know a lot of people like to say that, who are haters of the game. It's still doing really well, still making millions of dollars a month, still doing way more than enough to keep the lights on. And at the same time, it's more than popular enough to stick around. But there's a couple things that are stopping it from growing any further. Now, before I go into any of that stuff, real quick, guys, content creator program going on. Hit that support button. Get yourselves in. Free codes coming your way. More free codes. It's absolutely free, and it's pinned in every single section of every single video, plus every single description, guys. It's codes for you for free. Just by hitting the support button and get yourself in. I provide codes on a daily basis. So if you are already a supporter, thank you so much for supporting. If you're brand new, guys, it's simple. Hit that button, get yourselves in. And don't forget, guys, we are getting free rewards coming on the 12th this month? Yeah, 12th. That's when the patch drops. So I'll be doing a full test video on Mary, plus all the new content coming on free to play and pay to win, and a summoning video, of course. And don't forget to do this event to get yourself free summons, as well as these free events are happening in February. If you didn't check out the last video, go check it out. Don't forget to subscribe and also put those notifications on. All right, let's talk about it. Here's what's happening. This is my opinion on it. I want you guys to honestly give me your feedback as well in the comment section. So first off, one thing, if you look back on the history of solo leveling and Rise, at its peak, it did the best when there was the manhwa was popular at its at the point where everyone was still loving solo leveling. That has not been around for a while. The manhwa is really kind of like tapered off now, right? There's a lot of still fans who like the show and watch the anime, but that's another big issue. The biggest prime of this game was when the anime was at its peak, when the anime was out. The second season made this game shine. Like I'm talking about, like it made it crazy popular. And that's one thing that solo leveling had going for it at the time is the anime, right? The anime kind of did the work for the dev team in terms of promotions. It really didn't need us or anybody else. The anime was enough to make the game look incredibly popular, and it made new people come into the game because they just wanted to use Sun Jinu and the Hunters and live in the world of solo leveling. It was something that was the only way to do it was through this game. Now it's they've got Steam version of it out, which is, by the way, not doing well at all. So like if anybody who's wondering how is that game doing, it's doing very, very poorly, right? So and also not to mention, there's no, look at that, just destroyed him. There's nothing else out there promoting the game except for us content creators. So one of the biggest issues we're having right now is the delay in the anime. That's one of the reasons why this game is not standing on its own 2 feet that well anymore, is because there's no hype around it, because the people who joined this game weren't originally into the world unless they were manhwa fans and anime fans. So the fact that the anime has been delayed for this long has obviously put a damper onto this game's ability to grow. And I think once the anime does get re-released again, we're going to see a surge of new players coming in, a surge of old players coming back just to want to play the game. And by then we'll probably have Karma available. So there's going to be 2 different things. Now let's go back to the second topic here, which I covered earlier, and that is the development of Karma and Overdrive. Let's talk about Overdrive for a sec. All right, guys. So, Overdrive. I've made a lot of videos about this. Right? And it's one of those things where the dev team was trying to develop a game that was more free-to-play friendly. I'm going to use this quote, free-to-play friendly, and taking people away from the whole gacha universe and giving them an option to grind and play a game on Steam. And this was where the real problem started. To be honest with you, this is my opinion. Where Charlotte and Harper were one problem, but that was a small problem. People quit because they didn't like the whole young kids being in the SLA world, but that quickly subsided as soon as Isla came out and everything was over and Baran was around. The game was still doing bonkers, really, really well at the time. This is where people started losing trust in the devs, and this is their biggest blunder, in my opinion. And I continue to stay by this. I've made many, many videos about this, saying I won't cover this game. I don't think it's going to last. I don't know when the game came out. It's probably been close to 2 months, maybe 3 months at this point. And I've said to people numerous times, people are gonna get bored of this game for two reasons. Number one, because the game itself is not going to last very long due to the grind factor. Number two, the fact that the reuse of assets are a big problem. And number three, the fact that a lot of players going over to solo leveling Overdrive are going to be players who are currently playing solo leveling Arise. And there are way more players playing solo leveling Arise than solo leveling Overdrive. Now, did it make an impact? Absolutely. Because not only did people get upset over the fact that this game got developed and people quit, but also because people who joined this game kind of didn't want to go back to Arise anymore because they're like, you know what? It's just not worth it, right? So this game, Overdrive, I think was one of the bigger factors of why Overdrive kind of suffered. If you guys take a look at this here, current players right now, it's 1,136. Look at this. Last 30 gain was minus 214. 30 gain percentage was minus 16.4%. So it's not doing great, right? And this is one of those things where I made numerous videos explaining to people why my thoughts on this game not doing well was going to be there, was because a lot of the community stuck with Arise and a lot of the community didn't want to grind this much. A lot of players who play gachas, guys, don't have time to grind, and many people who promoted this one were like, oh, well, the gacha's all gone, blah, blah, blah. I wonder, are y'all still playing this? And quite honestly, how's it doing? Just for those who are still around, right? But it's not doing well. So this is one of the biggest problems they had. Number two, their marketing team is absolutely garbage. Marketing's absolutely garbage. Like, there's almost no marketing for this game. We are the marketing team pretty much for solo leveling Arise. When a new character comes out, this should be pretty much plastered all over Instagram, Facebook, etc. There should be short videos on them. There should be a trailer. You know how they do the Hunter Origins? Those little comics that we get, right? If you look at the forums, you can see here, the forums right here, where is the Hunter Origins? These need to be made into stills with voice acting and everything behind it. These are amazing stories that nobody really looks at unless you're a really big fan of it. But all of this stuff should be made into a trailer and put out by Netmarble on every possible platform weeks before the character even comes out. This would be an easy way to get yourself into it, right? To get people hyped. Like, this would get anybody hyped. This Icarus story is incredible. So for the fact that this is not even something they're doing is a big, big blunder. That's another one. Number three, right? And we're going to give you 4 examples. Number 3, Karma. Karma is not a problem. Karma should have been their solution. Netmarble should have brought Karma instead of Overdrive. Overdrive should have just sat in the back burner, never been created in the first place. They should have just released Solo Leveling Arise onto Steam like they originally planned. Players would have been happy because those who had mobile issues would be playing it on Steam instead and keeping their accounts. Instead, they should have just focused all their attention on Karma as their second game and brought out a dungeon crawler like they are doing anyways, but that should have been their priority because then people would have been forgiving them, right? People would have been like, okay, this is a brand new game. It's not like Arise. There's no reason, the assets are different, etc. That would have been a much more strategic way of getting your community involved and your community much happier. And instead, what they did is they focused on Overdrive, took away from the team that was making Arise, and that pissed off a lot of their community. So that was another really big one. Now, the last one, and this is important. Now, this is important. This is to do with Arise. Arise is not perfect by any means, but it's something that they could definitely fix easily and make people much happier. The biggest issue currently with Arise is quality of life, guys. People are bored not because of the gameplay. Because let's be honest, the whole gacha sphere is the same. Anyone who plays any game they're hyped about will play for a month to 2 months. They get bored of it because it's the same daily grind. Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, ZZZ, you name it. It's always the same fucking grind. It doesn't matter what you're playing, guys. I don't care who you are. Don't just suck up to your game just because it's your game. Let's all be real. We're all gacha players. We're all community members at the end of the day. Every gacha has problems. Every gacha has this burnout. Every gacha has the daily grind. But what makes a gacha good and what makes people don't mind grinding is the fact that the quality of life makes it easier. What's the biggest issue with quality of life with this game? It's very simple. It's presets, inventory. That's it. The game is still one of the most friendly free-to-play gachas out there. By far, there's no question about it. I played numerous gachas, and it's one of the reasons why I don't play Bleach anymore. It's just boring and repetitive. But I can't play multiple boring, repetitive games. It just doesn't make sense as a content creator for me to just make the same content for another game. It just gets boring. It's all news, right? Like I've got one game already that I do that. But what makes this game boring right now is not the fact that it's the content. The content is fine. I don't mind doing dailies on this. It's the presets. If they can fix that one small issue, that one that's pissing everybody off, and I can promise you it's pissing everybody off because it's the one that I get asked to talk about the most. If they can fix presets, guys, we have ourselves majority of our problems fixed. And that's just the honest truth behind it. If they can fix that one problem, this game will flourish more and more. Again, people will come back. It's one thing to piss people off about the content. It's another thing to piss people off with quality of life. It's something that they have to really focus on fixing because quality of life makes people stay. Quality of life and gameplay is what makes your community happy. If you take that away from them, if you don't give them the quality of life, then you lose a lot of your players. The devs need to fix the quality of life problems because if they don't, it's going to continue bothering people and people are going to keep continue leaving. What do I mean by presets? Well, the presets, what I'm referring to simply, guys, is the fact that we have to always change equipment for everything. It's driving everybody nuts, and it's something that needs to be fixed. Those are the 4 main reasons why I think this game is currently suffering. Well, do I think it's going to be better? Sure. As long as the anime comes back, the hype will return. Number 2, the quality of life. Number 3, the marketing needs to improve. The marketing has to be better. We can't be the only ones doing this for them. And then lastly, number 4, the quality of life. Stop focusing all your attention on other games, man. Other games don't matter right now. Solo Leveling Arise is your cash cow. It's your cash cow, right? Focus on this. Forget Overdrive. I think they've already forgotten Overdrive. Focus on this and make it better. Continue improving this, and you will continue having your players stick around, and we will continue supporting this game as long as it takes. But as long as they take their attention elsewhere and don't put attention where it matters, which is this game, it's going to continue to suffer. So I hope you guys understand that. That's my take on it. This is an important topic. I feel like please leave a comment. Let me know if you guys agree. If there's anything I missed personally in this whole rant, let me know. But I think the game is still in a great state. They just have ways to improve it, and they got to really buckle down and focus. I think this game can last for a very long time. It's still one of the better games out there for gacha. It really is. Even if take away solo leveling in general, the game itself is really, really good. It just requires a little bit more finesse, a little bit more attention, a little bit more love from the devs, and it still continues to flourish as it is now. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. Please, again, leave a comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Take care.